Mrs. Lang wasn't even our regular teacher. She was the long-term sub we got stuck with after Mr. Alvarez went on medical leave. But in just a few days, she managed to make every single student dread coming to school. Her specialty was humiliation. If you didn't finish your homework, she'd announce it to the whole class like she was reading out crimes in a courtroom. If you asked a question, she'd sigh dramatically, close her eyes, and say, "Do you even listen when I'm talking?" She loved using people's full names, too, like she was summoning you to be judged. "Jonathan Carter," she'd say, "you've just wasted 10 minutes of our time." And if you argued back, even politely, you'd get detention. I usually stayed invisible, but one day, she called me out for using the wrong form of whom in an essay. I didn't even think it was a big deal, but she made me stand at the board and rewrite the sentence over and over while the rest of the class watched. "Maybe you should learn basic grammar before you try to write anything creative," she said. The whole time, she smirked like she'd scored a win. That night, I decided I was done letting her get away with it. I brought my tablet to school the next day and quietly started recording her. Not just when she was mean to me, to anyone. It didn't take long to collect evidence. In 1 week, she told a dyslexic student they were pretending to have a problem, mocked another kid's stutter, and told the class that our generation would be useless without spell check. She even made fun of a boy's thrift store hoodie, asking if it came with fleas. The breaking point came when she humiliated Mia, the quietest girl in our grade. Mia's dad had just passed away and she'd been struggling to focus. Mrs. Lang called on her to read aloud, and when Mia stumbled over the words, she snatched the book away and said, "If you can't even read properly, maybe high school will be too much for you." Mia cried silently for the rest of the period. That was the moment I started sharing my recordings with a few friends, who also began collecting their own. Soon we had hours of footage showing Mrs. Lang's cruelty. I showed my parents first. They were horrified, especially the clip with Mia. My mom reached out to Mia's older sister, who immediately called the school counselor. Word spread quickly, and within days, we had parents from at least 6 families ready to go to the principal. Together. When we finally met with the administration, they tried to brush it off at first. "She's a strict educator," they said, but then we played the videos. You could see the color drain from the vice principal's face when Mrs. Lang mocked a kid's weight, called someone pathetic, and said another was too dumb for college. She was pulled out of class the next morning. A week later, we learned she'd been removed from the substitute teaching list entirely. The school sent letters to our parents saying they did not condone unprofessional conduct. Mrs. Lang never came back. The next time I saw her was months later at the grocery store. She avoided eye contact and left her card in the aisle to get away from me. It wasn't an apology, but it was enough.